Hey, what's up? I'm Aaron from Nomadic Sound. I'm here in Melbourne, Australia, and I'm working with local pop artist Danzy on her original song, Letting You Go. When Dan brought this song to me, it was just 3 chords on the guitar and some vocals. Since then, I've helped her turn it into a full pop arrangement. We have drums, bass, synth sounds, some extra effects, and lots of vocal harmony. The video you're watching now is the first of a 4-part series where we show you every step we took to get this song arranged, sounding great, and released. If this process is something you'd like to know more about, subscribe to this channel, or you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you have any questions along the way, ask us anything and we'll be happy to share some knowledge. So let's jump right into how we produce this track. Before we record anything, there are a few things we need to discuss. When you work with someone else on a song, you need to determine what percentage of that song each of you owns. This is so that when the royalties start coming in, they're paid out properly and everyone's happy. For example, if you hire someone to produce your song and then that song blows up, the producer may feel entitled to some of those royalties. With Dan's song Letting You Go, this is simple. I've been hired to produce a track, and in the end, Dan will own 100% of the copyright. I won't be receiving any royalties from this song, even if it blows up, and I'm totally cool with that, and I hope it blows up. No matter what your situation is, make sure you have in writing what percentage of the song each of you will own, the rate at which the producer will be paid, and what services will be provided. This written agreement could be done by email, it might be a message on social media, doesn't matter, just have it in writing. After copyright and pricing have been discussed, we can start planning the song. You should be supplying your producer with a demo of the song, some reference tracks, other songs that you want your song to sound like. Tell them what you like about these reference tracks. For example, I like the guitar tone in this track, or I like the delay on the vocal in this track. Give them as much information as you can so you're not disappointed when the final mix comes back to you. I didn't actually have a chance to hear Letting You Go before our first session, so Dan just played it for me and told me a bit about the song.
Why do I have to be so cold, so cold? I know that I should let you know I'm letting you go. Oh, so I'm letting you know, I'm letting you go.
Dan sent me a few reference tracks ahead of time so that I could get in the right headspace to better approach her song. During our first session, we talk a little bit more about how these references may apply.
Yeah, I love it. Love
Cool.
that.
You want the guitar all the way through? Because I like what you're playing.
I always just write with guitar or keys because that's what I have and that's what I'm good at. I'm not good at making beats. I'm not like set on it, but like I'm happy to record that in if you want to work with that being there. But I'm not gonna be heartbroken if you decide not to have guitar in there.
What else do you keep with it? What kind of plan did you have for instruments?
I very much, if we were looking at the reference tracks, almost like trap feel. A lot of the songs I sent you have that kind of just rhythmically. It's not a trap song. It's just the way that the percussion's hitting. Dynamically, I thought that if we had a bit more going on in the verses and then bring it back down for the pre-choruses, because it is a 3-chord song. I feel like we have to have that kind of there and then drop and then back in.
Yeah, a lot of playing with the dynamics, but it's just 3 chords, yeah. Now that I've heard the song and I have a good idea of what Dan wants with it, we can start tracking. So we start with a scratch track. A scratch track is basically just the foundation of the song. So in Letting You Go, we started with a guitar scratch track. This guitar track is going to help us get the rest of the track in order, and we're probably going to delete it later, but it's a great tool to use for now. It is definitely useful to be able to play to the click track. But here, don't worry about if you mess something up, just keep going. Just keep the structure intact, because I'm just going to copy and paste some things.
So do you want me to play the whole song?
Yeah, play it all the way through.
Alright, cool.
Actually, wait, it's just
3 chords.
It's 3 chords, yeah. And you're gonna play the exact same the whole time, right? Okay, yeah. Play the 3 chords really well, and then we'll.
Yeah, I'll do it for
we'll
as long as I can, and yeah.
Even if you just get one that's good and tight to the click, that's good. All right, done.
Oh wow, that's a cool little control that you have. What is that? What do you do to do that?
Just if you click close to the edge here, there's a little, and you can drag it however many times you want.
I thought that for an intro, you know how a lot of pop songs are putting a chorus at the start? The reason why they're putting choruses at the start is so that, like, because of the short attention spans, you want to get the hook in first.
Exactly, you need that big intro.
So I was thinking about like a very like far away kind of spacey, reverby, not the technical terms that I'm using, but like, I'm letting you know, I'm letting you go. Just having that come in first. One progression before the verse starts, but you can hear it and you can hear that like hook or that melody is coming, and then that way you have it before the song starts.
First the intro, because it's going to be an intro part for a couple of bars, and then goes to the verse 1. Pre-chorus.
Chorus.
Yeah.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Pre-chorus, chorus,
Yeah.
bridge, chorus. We probably don't want it to be longer than like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is what it got to when I did like the voice memo, which is why I'm trying to like.
I think under 4 is good.
Under 4 is really good.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Like, we've got the structure down.
Because honestly, I feel like all my songs kind of finish the same way.
I don't hear it much these days in like modern music, but like old rock and roll songs, so many of them, they have like the chorus and it just like plays over and over at the end and just fades out.
I would be so happy to do a fade out if you wanted to.
Yeah, cool. We've talked about an intro and an outro. We've got the structure down. We've got a guitar track for me to work with. Let's do some vocals.
Alright.
Yeah.
Easy.
At this point, we've established the structure of the song, the key, and the tempo. All of the bones are in place. Now we can start building. Next up, we're going to lay down a vocal track. Again, this is more than likely just going to be a scratch track, so we won't put too much effort into it. But this track is super useful for me because it's going to have the main melodies that I'm going to be accentuating and making shine with the rest of the arrangement. So super important that it is phrased right. The melodies are very close to what they will be in the final recordings, and we do get a decent take out of it. But again, we're going to re-record the final vocals in another session. So we'll get as close as we can, and then we can move on.
I've never used one of these microphones before. Is there like a distance that's ideal?
Not really. It blocks out anything that's like further than this. So you can be like right up on it if you want.
One of my like favorite Instagram cover chicks, Jessie Jane, from Melbourne, uses this one in all her videos. And she's just,
Cool.
She sounds so good.
It's really good for like home studios or anywhere you have noise because it doesn't pick up all the noise.
Oh, there's a lot of reverb.
You want no reverb at all or just a bit less?
Just a little bit less, I reckon.
How's that?
But yeah, sure, yeah.
Cool?
Yeah, let's do it for right now. I've just never had so much reverb on me while I'm tracking, so it's gonna be a new experience.
Well, I can go less if you want.
No, it's good.
Good to go?
Good to go.
Okay, let's do it.
Trying to find the best way to let you go. Oh, why do I have to be so cold, so cold? I know that I should let you know why I'm letting you go. Oh, so I'm letting you know I'm letting you go.
I like the first chorus
You
more
like the
than
first
the
chorus
second
better?
chorus,
Yeah.
but like they're tiny things that are like I take a breath here instead of there, you know? The only issue I have with the second verse is got more to do with the fact that like I'm not accenting rhythms. Like the rhythms themselves are fine. They just sound
In the
wonky.
second verse you said?
Yeah.
The accenting on the rhythm, okay. I want to make sure Dan is happy with this take because if it's not exactly correct, I might make a wrong decision in my arranging phase and then she's gonna try to sing over it in our vocal session and it's not gonna sound right to her. So it is important that the vocals are phrased properly, the melodies are correct. I don't really care about the pitch or if she missed a breath somewhere and the next vocal line is weak, that doesn't matter. I'm just going for the melody and the phrasing. I think that's everything I need to work with. Yeah, there's nothing like super drastic there, it's just about like some minor phrasing and where you're gonna take a breath, like that's all cool.
Yeah, exactly.
That stuff we'll worry about on vocal tracking.
Yeah.
On Friday the 13th. Did you know it's the 13th on Friday?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, cool. That's cool.
We finished guitar and vocal scratch tracks and I have a great understanding of what Dan wants with this song. So there's just one more thing I need before I can start to arrange the rest of the song. Understanding the goals for a song is important. For instance, do you want to attract more fans? Do you want to get on a certain playlist? Are you hoping to get radio play or book more live gigs? The way we record, arrange, and present this song could all be affected by Dan's goals.
Get it on playlists, get people listening to it. That is my goal.
Cool, that's awesome. You've given me some reference tracks that I've listened to, so obviously we want it to sound like it would work in a playlist with those songs.
Mhm.
But if there are any other Spotify playlists that you know of
Yeah.
that you think that you want it in, maybe share those with me so I can listen to that and
Mhm.
maybe make it more of a fit for those. I think we have accomplished everything we need to today. I've got a lot to work with, and I'm gonna make a track for you now.
That's awesome. Are you gonna take it all away and go, or like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else that we
No.
that we really need to record. I'll try to send you things along the way so I don't get too far down one path and then realize that you don't like something.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll come up with like just like a rhythm section and maybe a bass line with it, and then I'll bounce that, send it your way, and you can let me know how you feel about that. And then I think once that's in place, the rest will be a little easier, but just making sure like the right vibe is there, the right rhythm, and the right bass line. Yeah, those are the two big ones, I think.
Awesome. We just smashed it out, man.
Fuck yeah.
It's been like an hour. This doesn't take long at all.
Amazing. I think we finished this session in just under an hour, which I think was pretty efficient. Dan seemed pretty happy. I'm stoked. Time to move on. We have a guitar track, a vocal track. I have a good idea of what Dan wants this song to sound like. I have some reference songs available if I need to check my arrangement against theirs to make sure it's going to play well in a playlist with these songs. And I'm ready to continue. In the next video, I'll show you how I arrange this song. I'll tell you why I'm making certain decisions and how I build dynamics. If you'd like to continue following along, you can subscribe to this channel or follow us on Facebook or Instagram, where we'll be sharing more information on this entire process. And again, if you have any more questions about this process or there's something you don't understand, hit us up, send us a message, email us, hit us up in the comments. We want to help you guys get your music out there, so let us know what you're struggling with. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.